It's nice to meet you again. My name is Barry Martins, and this is Life with Barry Martins. And yeah, I've not done a video in a while, so I think it's about a week or so. You know, yeah. I traveled, came back, and I think I came back last week, and then of course this week has been a very interesting week. If you are online on social media, you know that it has been a very interesting week. Nigerian youths started the End SARS campaign, and then it has grown to become a global phenomenon, attracting Nigerians from different parts of the world to participate. Of course, you know that if you have been following the story, you know that the End SARS campaign didn't start today. End SARS campaign started many years ago, I think 2016 or 2017, and it's been a long time coming because there's been a lot of outcry about the acts and activities of the special anti-robbery squad of the Nigerian police. It's been a long time. Different SARS formations all over the country has been accused of so many things, including extrajudicial killing, extortion, bribery, corruption, impunity, at its most extreme, all over social media. There's been all sorts of stories, pictures, gory videos, of things that were perpetrated by this unit. People have shared their stories, families have shared their stories, how they had to sell everything just to go and secure their loved ones who were picked up by SARS, and at the same time they didn't achieve it and they lost all their money. All sorts of stories are out there. It's very pathetic, appalling, and just like play. In case you don't know how this massive one started, let me see if I can give you a little a little story of how it all started. I'm talking about what this one started. Now, I don't have the all information, but I know what happened was that certain celebrities, I think it was Naira Marley, said he called for a protest, right? After certain videos of police brutality went viral. In fact, the truth is that there's been a lot of videos going viral about what police has been doing and what SARS has been doing. But Naimani called for a protest, but he didn't follow through on his protest. He chose to do a live IG interview with the police spokesperson, which is Frank Gamba. But Runtown, on the other hand, insisted that the protest must hold and told his followers Thursday is Thursday, according to his tweet. And that was how it became a date. So Thursday last week, last 2 weeks, because it's almost 1 week, more than 1 week since last two. It's Thursday, it started, people started protesting. So Runtown and Falz the Bad Guy, that's Femi Falana's son, held the first one in Lagos. Boom. It started happening all over different areas in Lagos, and then of course it now expanded to different parts of Nigeria. But guess what? The most interesting part of this entire movement wasn't really the protest. It's how the protest started becoming organically organized. And the truth is, in the past 1 week, it's 1 week, yes, more than 1 week. In the past 1 week, I have been on Twitter following what's going on. And I want to say that I am totally blown away and amazed at what the Nigerian youths have been able to do in this 8-9 days with organizing this protest, making it decentralized, and completely waylaying government officials who have been looking for who is the leader, who is the leader. Everybody saying, I'm not the leader, we are the leader. Oh my goodness, that's the part that always gets to me. Now, as this protest was going on, hashtag, End SARS was trending, end police brutality. A particular feminine organization called Feminist Coalition that has already been formed earlier in the year, around July, picked up the responsibility of facilitating the protests, and they started receiving donations from well-meaning Nigerians. When Nigerians began to ask, "How can I support? How can I support? How can I support?" And that was how a funding system started. So if you are doing a protest or you want to do a protest in your city, in your state, you reach out to them and they can ask you what you need, verify your personality, verify that you are genuine, and then release funds for you. And they have absolutely kept a record of every dime spent. Every day they will do a report and drop it on their handle so that people will know what money was used. And they have been able to raise over 73 million naira, if I'm not mistaken. As at this morning, as of yesterday, as at the last time I checked, let me use that word, they've spent just 23. And of course, people are still donating. People are still donating. Now, in the middle of all that going on, and government officials and politicians beginning to see that this thing is becoming really, really serious. Or when did these young people wake up? And then they began to want to clamp down on things, like funding, infiltrate the protest with thugs and stuff like that. And another part that caught my attention was when all of a sudden Feminist Co was using Flutterwave. Flutterwave is one of the e-payment platforms or payment solution platforms in Nigeria, and that they're one of the biggest. So they were using Flutterwave platform to raise funds, and all of a sudden links stopped working. The Flutterwave link stopped working. They disabled payment links, so people couldn't make payments anymore. And everybody was like, "Oh, what are we going to do? Payment? Nobody can make donations anymore." Guess what? We switched. People just switched to Bitcoin. That, for me, that particular one really got to me. It's part of what got to me. Like, you can't really mess with this generation. Like, we just have solution for everything. Immediately, Bitcoin became the currency. Everybody who wanted to make donations just changed their money to Bitcoin, and then Feminist Co created a Bitcoin wallet, created a Bitcoin account. People were donating, and then organization began to take place overnight. If you want legal services, you get it. If maybe people were arrested during the protest, of course, the government and Nigerian police did sit down. They were going about arresting people, and this Nigerian youths, coming from different walks of life, put together a system, a structure that had legal help, medical help, security help, everything that could be a problem in a protest ground, they were solving, providing food, water at protest grounds, paraphernalias like flags and raincoats. And a particular morning it was raining, and people mobilized online and sent raincoats and umbrellas to the people protesting in the different locations. The one that I know would be Lekki VI Tollgate. I was watching it happen online, so it's been an amazing one week and about 2 days of protest, and the resolve is strong. Nigerian youths have had it enough, because there's practically barely anybody in Nigeria right now that does not have someone they know or they have heard of or that is related to them who has not been brutalized by SARS, even if the person was not killed. Just small brutalization, like you were wrongly picked, wrongly profiled, wrongly accused, all that. So it's been an interesting 1 week, And I would want to say that I'm like super proud of my generation, like the uh, iPhone generation, phone pressing generation, like they call us, right? But it's been an amazing. I have never seen Nigerian youths come up like this and do things like this. I'm blown away, like I'm amazed. A big and I just let me just shout out to all the people. I don't want to mention names so that we don't put target on people's back, but shout out to all the ladies, you know, and the ladies and the guys, the lawyers, the doctors, the security experts, all young people trying to safeguard the lives of young people, and we also appeal the government to listen and to do, because if your young people get to the point where they begin to request and ask you for something, I think it's a pleasure to serve them, right? So let's do that. So this is what I'll be discussing today on Life with Barry Martins. I mean, that is the topic to discuss actually. So next week we're going to continue with what we do, or if the protests are still going on, we'll continue to be talking about what's happening in the protest. I have been online like in the past 1 week. I've not had like good complete maybe 6 hours sleep. I always sleep like one in the middle of the night or so. I still wake up early in the morning to catch up on what's happening on Twitter, because that's where the entire machinery is happening. So that is it. So check out Feminist Co on Twitter and Instagram. Check out Pushback NG. They're also part of the people organizing END SARS response. They are part of the people, just trying to put structure in the entire thing, right? And make sure that when you are going out to protest, please carry the Nigerian flag always, because there is a rule that law enforcement people should not shoot you if you're carrying the Nigerian flag on you. But then again, right, the truth is every protester is not supposed to be brutalized or attacked or shot at by a law enforcement agent, because it's your fundamental right to have the right to speech, right to air your opinion, right to protest, to show your displeasure at something. It is enshrined in the Constitution, right? So that is what it should be. But if it happens that law enforcement agents like the police or the army are not, are bypassing the law, please carry the Nigerian flag around you as you go out. So God bless you guys. See you in my next episode. I think I'm going to do another one next week. I'm going to talk about my own personal experience out there at the protest grounds, and also my own personal experience, with police, as the case may be. All right, bye.